YouTube, welcome back to my channel. This is Rosalind at Awesome Teacher. Today I'm coming to you with another teacher tag. It's by Smarty Styles and it's the first day Jitters Tag. So I have my questions right here on my iPad. So we're gonna get started. Number 1, did you pick out your outfit for the first day of school, and if so, show it to us? No, I have not picked out my outfit for the first day of school. Our first day of school is not until August 28th, so I have some time. I know in the past sometimes our principal has bought t-shirts that we wear on the first day of school. I know this year we have t-shirts we had to purchase them ourselves, but for convocation, so we may or may not be asked to wear our school shirts on the first day of school, just so that we can identify ourselves as people that work at the school, and with all the new people coming in and out for safety issues. So I haven't picked out my teacher outfit yet. I'm kind of leaning towards, I kind of want some overalls. Like I bought this what do you call it? I bought a I bought some white Air Force Ones at the outlet, like for $29. And I want to wear those, so I know whatever I wear is gonna have to go with those white Air Force Ones. And I should have had them so I could show them to you, but I'll show them to you. I'll do a what is it that thing called? Outfit of the day. I'll do an outfit of the day on my first day of school so you can see it. Number 2, what are you looking forward to the most in regard to the upcoming school year? So what I'm looking forward to the most in regard to the upcoming school year is I've been learning a lot about assistive technology. No, not assistive technology, but it goes along with it. But AAC, and it's called it's adaptive augmentative communication is what AAC stands for. So it's where you have most of my students are nonverbal, but they have something they need to say. So I'm really looking forward to the tools and things I'm going to implement this year to help them be able to communicate more. So I'm really looking forward to that. I'm also looking forward to some new apps that I have found that I want to implement with my students. One of the structured workforce tasks is going to be an iPad app that they have to complete. So they're like a educational job or task within an app that they have to do. And my kids love the iPad, they love technology, so I'm interested to see if they'll actually complete the work using the app. And then number 3, what are you most anxious or nervous about in regard to the upcoming school year? I don't think I have a whole bunch of anxiety or nervousness in regard to the upcoming school year. I'm pretty at peace with it. Maybe I don't have all of my staff. So I have, it's myself, then I have paraprofessionals. So I normally have like 2 to 3 paraprofessionals. And this year I only have 1 paraprofessional returning. The other 2 decided to do something else career-wise. It was just time for them to move on. So I am kind of, I wouldn't say anxious or nervous. I'm at peace about it, but I'll probably be starting the school year off with 2 substitutes, and I just have to have everything together so that substitutes can follow lesson plans. And if not, we'll just have to find some substitutes who can. So that's the only thing I would probably be, I guess, nervous or anxious about, but surprisingly I'm not. I'm just not letting it get to me. We're doing some interviews tomorrow, so hopefully I find a good candidate. If not, we'll just wait till we find the right fit. Number 4, what is one area or one thing you'd like to improve upon this school year? So I would like to improve upon using communication intentionally and modeling how I use my communication way more. So like I have 4 words that I'm going to introduce this year. So it's like 300 words that we use most frequently. So I'll introduce like 2 words a day. Depending on how my students do is how many I'll introduce per week. But I'm like excited about that because I'm gonna definitely improve upon like how I show my students the words I'm using. So we're gonna model those words. So I'm excited about that improvement. I know my kids are gonna like just really grow from that. I know that they're gonna be communicating way more meaningful. I want them to communicate meaningfully. I don't want them to just be able to request when they have to go to the restroom or request when they're hungry. I want them to be able to have meaningful communication. I want them to be able to tell me what they like to go play with outside, or what their favorite book is in the classroom. Just real conversation. Like, I can't express how I feel about, like, I have a 4-year-old who loves to talk all the time, and I couldn't imagine if she had all those words bottled up like she has. Y'all have seen her. Like, her vocabulary is like off the chain. And if all that was bottled up and she couldn't say it, I couldn't imagine how she would feel. And being a parent, like, I would be robbed almost of her authentic self. Like, the world would be robbed of her. Like, Saturday she was in a fashion show and she rocked that fashion show. She walked the runway, she did her thing. But if she didn't have the words to tell me that she even wanted to participate in the fashion show, she wouldn't have been in it, and the world would have been robbed of that opportunity. So I said all that to say I want my students to communicate meaningfully. Number 5. Do you feel prepared for the first day of school? I never feel prepared for the first day of school. Never. Like, once we get closer to August 28th, I'll feel more prepared. But I know that everything's not going to get done for August 28th. My lesson plans are going to be done. I'm going to be planned up for the day. My room's going to be decorated and put together. Well, for the most part, put together. I do like to add things the first week of school as my kids come and we talk about it, and then we add it, like anchor charts and things like that, just so that they know what's on the wall, and I'm just not putting stuff on the wall that they don't know what it is or what it's for. So I build that into their routines. So I'm not quite prepared for the first day of school, but I know I will be. Number 6, what will you miss most about the summer? I will miss my family. I will miss, my husband took a whole bunch of leave this summer, so I just got to hang out with him a lot. So I'm going to miss that. I'm going to miss my 4-year-old. She's been here with me, hanging out. Like, I did take her to daycare because I paid for it, but it was still like half a day or like a couple of hours. And I'm going to miss just cuddling with her and reading with her and just having like time that I'm not at work or not thinking about work to spend with her. I'm going to miss my 18-year-old. She's going away to college, and I'm going to miss spending time with her. We drop her off on August 18th, so I'm going to miss that. I'm going to miss my 16-year-old. He goes off to school, and once he goes to school, his whole disposition changes just because of different issues that he has in high school. And he's a kid with ADHD. He's unmedicated. I didn't feel the need to put him on medication. He has a 504 plan. There are great interventions within his 504 plan that we have in place, but his teachers are not honoring that at all times. They have his school's overcrowded, so the classroom's overcrowded, and when he comes home from school, by October he's depressed, and he's just a shell of himself. So I love having him home in the summer because he's himself, and it's sad. I do have some strategies in place that we went over and we've been going over to see if I can help him be more successful at school. I don't feel like he needs medication. I took him to the psychiatrist, psychologist, and his pediatrician, and they don't feel like he needs medication either. So that's where we are with that. So I'm gonna miss my family time the most. I'm gonna miss sleeping. Like, I sleep until like 9 o'clock. I'm gonna miss that. I'm gonna miss wearing what I feel like wearing my little tights or my little flip flops, or I'm gonna miss that. I'm gonna miss eating good meals and having time to cook, and so I'm just gonna miss being home. But I love being at work, so it is what it is. Number 7, how do you plan to improve your work-life balance this year? So this year, last year I started only staying after school 1 day a week. Our contract day is until I think 3:45. So I'm only gonna stay after school 1 day a week until 5:30 is what I used to do. 5:45. I will leave 5:45 to get my 4-year-old from daycare. But this year she's going to pre-K, so she's gonna be at my campus. I'll have to see how that works out. But I'm only gonna stay after school 1 day a week, just like I did last year. I really utilized my conference period. This year I'm planning a few different things with inclusion for my kiddos, for PE and music. So I don't really know if I'm going to have a conference period, but I'm going to have to work something out. So if I don't have a conference period, but my students get on the bus or get picked up from school by 3:30, I have from 3:30 to 4 o'clock to make something happen, that 30-minute window. And then I might start coming in early, like maybe 15 minutes early, to do a little prep. And I'm just gonna have to make it work. But I don't want to stay past 4 o'clock except one day. And then I want to do one Saturday a month at the media center, or setting up my classroom, changing out centers, or something like that. So I really started that work-life balance last year because I was working way too many hours, and I was noticing I was missing a whole bunch of stuff in my house. And like, I have 3 kids, a husband, and 2 dogs, so I really need to be here for them too. Cook meals or share cooking. Like, my husband cooks some nights, I cook some nights, but just be there. Check my emails from my children's teachers, and stay on my son about his homework and turning in stuff on time, even though he's 16. I recognize that I don't want to be a helicopter parent, but I am, as far as making sure he's straight. He's my son, and I want to make sure that he's successful to the fullest extent. And I know that just like children don't wear, there aren't typically developing children wearing diapers at 15. They eventually potty train. Eventually he's going to get to the point where he's an adult and he doesn't need me anymore, but he's 16, so he still needs me. And I want to be there for him, so I do need a good work-life balance. I also want to work out or walk the dogs, or do something for my health, because I'm noticing, like, doing these YouTube videos has made me notice that I've gained a lot of weight. Like, even my chin is like starting to like triple. So I really need to take care of myself. So that's one thing I'm gonna implement this year, is really the care, exercising, and really caring for myself, and finding that 5 minutes to pour back into myself, like, because I pour into my kids at home, my husband, my pets, I just pour into everything. I run a ministry at church, So I just pour into all of that, but I need to take some time for myself. So I have some strategies in place, like my power hour in the morning and different things like that I'm gonna really stick to this school year and make it work. Number 8, what is your biggest challenge that comes with the start of the school year? The biggest challenge that comes with the start of the school year is new parents. Because they don't know me. They don't know what to expect. They might look me up. They might Google me, but they still don't know me. They don't know what to expect. So the biggest challenge is earning parents' trust. Also, like I said before, I don't have paraprofessionals that know me except one. One's coming back. So she's the only one who really knows me. So my challenge is when I get new paraprofessionals, that they have to learn my routines. They have to learn my level of rigor. They have to understand why. So that's always a challenge. In building interpersonal, just dealing with interpersonal conflict with adults is always a challenge. Number 9, did you work hard or play hard this summer? I did not work hard at all, I don't think. I only did like professional developments in the month of June. I did an autism conference in August, and at the beginning of August I just did one last week. And then July I took off. I slept. Got it when I felt like it. If I felt like working a little bit, I did. If I didn't, I didn't. I did put together a few resources for my class. I think that was in June though. So I only worked a little bit. I didn't work as much as I would normally work. And number 10. You know what? Back to number 9. I think I played hard because my husband has been like telling me these last couple of weeks, babe, you really got to get into your classroom and get started. Babe, because he's so used to seeing me like, oh, I gotta get there. Like, start of July, I'm like in my classroom, like, pow, 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 pow. But this year, I'm like, I'll do it in August. It's gonna get done, because I know it's gonna get done. But so I think I played and rested really well this summer, and I needed it, and I know it's going to be beneficial for my students. And plus, I want my team to be involved in how I put together the classroom. We're going to make a mission statement and do all kinds of things so they can have some ownership of the classroom and what we're doing, and to know why, because I don't want to have to in September and October and November go over why I'm doing what I'm doing. No, we all wrote this mission statement together. We all talked about it. We know you said that we're in this because these kids need us to be in this. So that's why I haven't done a whole bunch of work this summer. Plus, most of my routines and things are in place. I have the same students in my class for like 3 years. So if I get them in kindergarten, they're with me for at least 3 years. So I know my kids. Like I said, I might get 1 or 2 new kids, but for the most part, I know them. So I played hard. Number 10. Are you a new teacher, 0 to 3 years, or an experienced teacher, 3+ years? All right. So, what I want to say to that is I've been teaching teacher of record for 4 years. I'm going into my 4th year as a full-time teacher. I started working in education when I was, my daughter's 18. So I started working in education when she was 6 months old at University of Houston Child Development Center. So I've been doing this 17 years. I count that. I was a assistant preschool teacher then, and then I count all my years as a paraprofessional. I did like 6 years as a paraprofessional, I count my sub years. I did a whole bunch of years of sub. I worked in Washington. Washington State does not have pre-K. They do. When I lived there, the kindergarten was half a day. If parents worked, buses went, picked up the kids, and bused them to daycare. So I was the preschool teacher at a daycare center for a while, and then finances said, "Hey, it's costing you money, a lot of money, way more money than you make to have your 2 children in daycare while you work at this daycare. Open your own." So I opened my own in-home daycare for a while. We moved back to Texas. I subbed and did that for a while. Altogether, I've been consistently working in education, educating children for 17 years. So either way, I am an experienced teacher. So it's a little different. First day jitters are a little different. My jitters are a little different than a new teacher's jitters, but it's some of them are the same. Like, so one thing I would say is I planned a lesson, but I'm like, I hope I planned everything. I hope I didn't forget something important. Like, oh my gosh, how is my circle time? Like, I need to go over this circle time. I need to go over my circle time because I might have forgot something important in the circle time. And because my students need routine, and I'm knocking out those routines these first 2 weeks, we're just going to go over routines. I need to make sure that my routines are in order. So first day jitters are a little different from me, but they are some of the same, I think. As you know, being an experienced teacher versus a inexperienced teacher or a newly experienced teacher. I won't say inexperienced because if you did student teaching, or that counts. If you did like I did alternative certification and I was a teacher of record, well, I was a what do you call that, probationary teacher, that counted. So all your experience counts. So I won't say, you know, your experience is more limited than mine. We still have the same, because we're starting over brand new fresh. So anytime you get a new start, brand new fresh, you're gonna have some jitters, you're gonna have those butterflies in your stomach, you're gonna be excited about your new kids coming to school and everything. So that's all for the tag. I like to thank Smarty Styles for this because I really do like to get to know people on YouTube and learn their answers, learn more about them, and it makes me think. Like, these tags have really made me think and reflect on who I am as a teacher and who I am as an individual and why I love doing what I do. So thank you, Latanya at Smarty Styles, for this tag. And like this video, and then if you're a teacher, do the tag and go over to Smarty Styles and look at her answers and check out some other teachers. Like, I know I saw Detroit Teacher Life do one. I think I saw a Pocket Full of Primaries popped up, but I haven't watched hers yet. Do the same tag. So, you know, watch the tags, like the video, subscribe to people's channels, you know, and just support one another. Like, I really enjoy watching all the teachers and getting input from all the teachers and just learning more about, you know, this teaching profession, and, you know, gleaning knowledge. Or even like if some people are doing almost the same things I do, or almost feel the same way I feel, then I'm like, oh wow, you know, maybe you know, we're all thinking in the same vein. You know, maybe, you know, I'm not so far left. You know, it helps confirm some things in my head. So thanks for watching. I think I hear my daughter coming back. I have to do these tags when she's gone, so I think she's back. So I'll see you when I see you.